That was such a good deal. I have to steal 2 of them. Waza! Excuse me, sir. Did you drop these things? Or was this a fancy one? Give me all of them. Ah? This thing's got 2 screens. How do I play it? Lame, this must be busted. What's this weird little stick? This isn't lame, it's fun. Wahahaha! Cha-ching! With 2 screens, I can make double the money. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only Tionda here once again, and I am from the likes of the Mexi Toys videos here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next installment in terms of the WarioWare series of Let's Plays. Because previously, that Sonic did manage to able to tackle through WarioWare Twisted for the Game Boy Advance, despite the fact that he did manage to able to do the hardest setup, which appears to be trying to play the game on an emulator. But now, here we are to the forms of the Nintendo DS installment, which, as you can tell from the forms of that capture footage, I'm going to be playing on the Wii U Virtual Console re-release, which, sadly, you can't get the game anymore now, which is kind of unfortunate, unless if you do have the ability to able to actually link up your Nintendo Network ID to the Nintendo Switch system, so that way you can able to actually still add in some fonts from the likes of the Wii U or Switch or something like that. But unfortunately though, I have no way I can able to do that because I somehow forgot about it. So anyways, let's get into the forms of the 3rd entry in terms of the WarioWare series of Let's Plays, and this time we get into the Nintendo DS, as you can see on screen. And because of that, we are playing WarioWare Touched for the Nintendo DS. So as you can probably guys can clearly tell, that sensed about the fact that, well, relatively speaking, that originally I was expecting to try to able to do this on the emulator, but it turns out about the fact that the thing keeps on lagging most of the time, so it'll be pretty unplayable on emulator. So at least thankfully I still managed to able to get this on the Wii U eShop version of this particular download, so that way the entire process of this will be a lot more easier. So anyways, let's get to it, shall we? So, right off the bat though, you can choose either between left-handed or right-handed, depending on what specific hand you usually get accustomed to. So for me, I'm pretty much gonna have to stick around with the forms of right-handed, so just in case I can able to actually have ourselves an easier time with this. So yeah, this game came out in 2004, which is roughly the same year as when WarioWare Twisted roll around. So as you can probably tell, that, well, and that's as far as I can say about it. So because of this though, yeah, in order to able to pause the game, by the way, you have to either press start or press the directional pad up. So yeah, that might be 2 different methods you can able to pause the game. So, and right off the bat, we immediately get started with the game in Wario's house. Oh yeah, so good. Munch. Crunch. Yo! Wow, ouch, yo! Wow, ouch, yo! Wow, ouch, yo! Wow, ouch, yo! Oh, I know what he's about to be going to. He's probably gonna go to the dentist appointment. So, Dr. Payne's Dental Clinic. Dr. Payne, fix my teeth. Oh my, that isn't good. Hang on for a second. So yeah, in certain segments, much like the forms of WarioWare Twisted, you get able to do those mini segments before the story progresses. So, there we go. Wahaha! I feel magnificently fresh. I'm out of here. Stay away from these sweets. And yeah, I do apologize for that particular dialogue I somehow missed out on, so it feels so good, so I'm gonna hit the road. So yeah, I do apologize if my camera take is a little bit iffy right here, so I do apologize for that. So anyways, here's the forms of WarioWare Touched. For those who ever played the previous WarioWare games before, you know exactly how this plays out. Once again, it's set up as in the micro mini games or the micro games compilation kind of stuff, and basically it's up to you to able to complete those micro games as quickly as possible, because otherwise you have to worry about the time limit. And on top of that, what makes this particular installment so unique, just like in the forms of how it does in the previous games, is that back in WarioWare Inc. Minigame Mania, that you have to use only the directional pad and the A button, and that's pretty much about it. As for WarioWare Twisted, it utilizes the gyro sensing controls, and in this game, it actually requires you to use the touch controls in order to able to make the micro games work. Which is before when, I would say WarioWare DIY pretty much did the same thing, but except in the most uniquest way if possible. So either way though, but hopefully we'll get around into this at some point, so... And as usual, that every once in a while that you will stumble across the forms of the boss micro games every once in a while. So because of this though, for the most part, the first stage in the game is actually really easy because, well, it's kind of like a tutorial kind of stuff. So there we go. That pretty much concludes the Wario stage. Something stinks of sugar. The sweet spot. Hey, bakery lady. Give me 10 pies. Yes, 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 yes. Hold up. Stay away from the sweets. Nah, who does he know? And his teeth has gone rotten again. Yo! Thank you, come again. And he goes right back into the dentist appointment. I know you'll be back. And after that though, we ended up in a different environment as opposed to Club Sugar or that other place in WarioWare Inc. So we ended up in here apparently, so, but we'll see more about that and during at some point. Nah, not bad. For a champ. Well, I've already just got started there, Wario, but hey, at least it's something, I guess. And it looks like this Orbulon's spaceship somehow appears, and in addition to that, we also have ourselves our familiar friends, such as Jimmy T and Mona. And how come there was actually a Dribble and Spit's taxi just somehow parked over there, and he drove off like nothing else? Oh, wait a second, because, although, I think I should probably save that conversation for later, so let's have a look on the actual main menu screen, shall we? So in this case, we can able to actually just to check out the games mode, and the album, and even the toy room, as well as settings, and especially noticeable with this particular arrangement button, which allows you to able to let those characters goes on in a specific one spot. And in this case, we're able to actually get ourselves our first toy, which is the forms of Metronome. I think that's what it says anyway. But although I do apologize if my commentary gets a little bit iffy at points because I'm just felt a little bit slightly tired today. Well, no one here is tired as the forms of how it does it during the forms of the summer season. So, anyway, and as you can tell about the fact the matter is though, I'm actually going to be doing something completely different this time around for the sake of the forms of this particular Let's Play, because, although before we get into more details about that, let's head into Wario stage again. Touch training. Wario here, no offense, but you stink. My touch training stage is guaranteed to make you 138% less pathetic. So, yeah, basically, I just always liked able to read the specific description for it. And as you can see on that little flashing numbers, as you can see right there, that usually says 30 points. This means about the fact that you might as well able to unlock something that's quite cool when it comes to likely achieving 30 points and stuff like that. So here's what I was going to be thinking of when it comes to doing this Let's Play in general, that normally, back in WarioWare in Community Game Mania, as well as WarioWare Twisted, that basically that if we somehow managed able to win through the second run through of certain stages as far as I'm concerned, that normally we will try our best if we're able to actually get every single micro games. Whilst in here though, I think I should probably stick around with just 2 playthroughs from now on, just because I think getting those micro games off screen can be felt a bit tedious at times, but if I somehow missing something here, then I probably should be able to play the game on my own time, and then hopefully I'll just try to able to do the missing micro games separate video, so just in case you don't able to actually see the entirety of this entire stage again. So, classified that I think I might as well able to stick with this way. So, and thus about the fact that, as I mentioned this before, that for the second playthroughs of certain stages, as I mentioned this before, that I will try to able to actually just to, well, get 30 points if possible for certain stages as far as I'm concerned, so... But yeah, you get the idea about that, especially notable because, well, I feel like just trying to do something completely different for a change, so... And then, there we go. Because, yeah, as I mentioned this before, I'm probably not going to play on the emulator just because, not only because it's full laggy and stuff like that, why computer always lags most of the time, but also it can be felt a bit awkward trying to utilize the mouse and stuff like that, and also just trying to able to do sweeping. That it makes things a lot harder. So as a result though, I'm very glad that I've managed able to not only got the original cartridge version, which I think the last time I played this game was actually back in, I would say in 2019 or something like that, just to able to actually 100% through everything in terms of that particular game. And as a result though, I think I do remember getting the original cartridge version of WarioWare touched ever since in, I would say in 2014, because I somehow managed able to get a complete copy of the game, which is pretty swell. Especially notable because, well, I just felt so lucky for able to actually get the game in a bit of a cheaper price. So, yeah, you probably get the idea about that. So... And as you can tell, that much like the previous games, you're still able to actually start the actual stage up by having 4 lives. So if you run out of 4 lives, then basically it's all over for you. And basically, if you get a game over, it actually tells you the highest score that you've actually achieved in that specific stage. So, yeah, it's basically how this works. Oh, and by the way, for that boss micro game, by the way, that we're actually entering right now, it does have its name, by the way, and this particular boss micro game is known as, you break it, you buy it. So basically, you have to able to tap the screen, and then hopefully you would able to get rid of those flies. And then if you somehow accidentally break the screen, basically what happens is you'll lose. So yeah, something's worth noting for the sake of well, just have to be very cautious and stuff like that, because otherwise, then you will able to miraculously gonna get yourselves a lot more wreckage and stuff like that, so... And every once in a while, though, that you will come across into 3 different variations of the exact same micro games, like, you know, with level 1, level 2, and level 3. So in this case right now, we now ended up on level 3 portions of those micro games. So, as far as playing a game on my own time back in the day, that is, in 2014, I had a lot of fun with this game, along with the forms of Kirby Mouse Attack, aka Kirby Squeak Squad, for those of you who lived in North America. So either way though, you probably get the idea about the fact that I have a lot of good memories with this title, although I've never actually heard about this game before, until whenever I found out that the first ever WarioWare experience we've obviously experienced is obviously WarioWare Smooth Moves for the Nintendo Wii. So as a result of that kind of stuff though, that I somehow realized that I've noticed there's actually more WarioWare games than the forms of how it does it for just one that I've remembered. So... Anyway, so let's go and do some calculating and stuff, so that way we're able to acquire that until we're able to actually complete that micro game in the process, so... Oh yeah, speaking of the Wii U, that I suppose I would like to mention is that eventually at some point in this particular upcoming weekend, basically, I'm sure it's like, nah, it has to be, I think it's definitely on Friday actually, because I somehow wasn't exactly paying attention to the forms of that specific, stuff as you probably expect. So, oh jeez. Every once in a while is the fact that some of these flies might try to able to crack the screen. So because of that, oh jeez. Oh god. Come on, get that stupid. Oh god. Darn you, fly. That pesky insect. Oh well. But at the very least, that's really able to see that little, animation where... Oh yeah, because much like in WarioWare in Community Game Mania, that every once in a while that you will see the actual specific speeches for certain characters, and then if you tap the touchscreen, sometimes the actual thing activates. Like for example, Wario just somehow brushed his teeth and all that stuff though, because since that he eats too much sugar, it might not be very good for you for gum disease, or the actual teeth coloring is a bit off, or something like that. So, it's best important to know to able to have some good salad, and also just, well, just drink so much healthy, well, drink. To be more specifically, well, as far as I can recall, water. So, anyways, let's shoot these guys down, and that should be good to go for this for the most part, so... Alright, so let's do a lot of... oh, okay, good. Oh, that was definitely a close one, especially that I almost trying to... Ah, darn it, I got screwed. I've almost gonna get myself tricked from that particular answer to that particular snap. But anyway, let's just do this micro game again, but hopefully I should able to make for this, I guess. Well, despite I wasn't exactly that fast at it, though. Oh, jeez. Oh my god, it's actually... I'm not gonna lie, level 3 is actually really darn difficult right here. But at the very least I succeed though. And get an extra life back in the process, so... Why hasn't someone invaded garlic toothpaste? Well, I'm not exactly sure if that maybe seems the case though, Wario, but I'm just saying. Alright, so... Oh, goody. Goody for me. Especially noticeable I need to build these pipes in, there we go. And detonate the actual fireworks like so. Alright, pay attention here. Oh, goody. Good thing I just somehow got my good eyesight, so... And yeah, just like before, that the thing gets a bit faster. There we go, now I finally managed to succeed that micro game here, so... Oh, I was a bit too slow. But that's okay. Spell cat. So, C-A and T. Despite it's not the exact same amount of color, but that's okay. And then we get into this boss stage micro game again. So, yeah, if I somehow manage to get a game over, I don't think I can probably go for the third run through, just because, well... Just in case that's, well, it makes the entire process a bit faster, I guess, so... Oh, jeez, it's actually ridiculously fast. In fact, let's just go ahead and, fail this micro game completely. 4 flies, they fly off, and, that should be alright, I guess, because 45 points, that usually matters to me, so, yeah, it actually shows you the high scores and stuff, we're usually in the top 3, so that should be alright, I guess. And then as soon as we reach for about 30 points, then we actually get something rewarding, like a calculator. Interesting. So we'll probably will place that in the toy room. So let's double check on the micro games list. Ah, 1 off! I was literally 1 off from that particular micro game in Wario stage. Ah, so close. But, hopefully I'll do that on my own time, and then I'll show you guys the missing micro games from here on. So, Anyway, so that pretty much does it for touch trading. So now it's going to move on to the next 2 levels. So I think I should probably go for Jimmy T first this time, as opposed to Mona, because in WarioWare Twisted, after you're done with the intro stage, you've basically just moved on to the forms of Mona stage. So as a result, I think I should probably able to do an alternative alteration. Dance Club Rub. Yo, my Dance Club Rub microgames will get you sweating and gravitating. So yeah, basically it's the fact that I think that that particular stylus control style is the fact that we're gonna be able to do a lot of like scrubbing or rubbing around the touch screen. So either way though, that's pretty much as far as this is concerned. Club Sugar. So we made it there for the 3rd time, except now on the DS. Jimmy Showtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jimmy's Showtime.
Yeah, that's what I said. Again, I do apologize if my commentary is a little bit jumbled up mess at the moment, but hey, Papa G, Mama T, get freaky. Oh yeah, those 2 make a return ever since in, well, WarioWare Twisted. Jamie, James, do your thing. What's up with this fly on the top screen? Oh, I know what he's trying to do. Hold up, yo. Yo, my EG fricks melt like mad. So, yeah, we have to scratch this particular bug, so just in case it doesn't irritate, you know, Jimmy T. Problem solved. Ah, yeah, back to the groove. And just like before, mobile phones. So, yeah, just like the other 2 games, basically. So, it wasn't until whenever we get around onto WarioWare Smooth Moves that basically it'll just do something completely different for the table. But anyway, let's just go ahead and pet this adorable dog. So, either way though, I just love dogs, basically. So, alright, just got to rub this, so just in case we'll find something a bit more valuable. Well, I would have if I was gonna able to scratch it a bit fast, but I didn't seem able to you know, scratch it faster, but oh well. Do 3 chin-ups. And let's go ahead and tickle somebody. And now just make the actual victory count for that, you know, that micro game and stuff. Shake that apple tree. So, just in case we're able to have some apples and stuff like that, including a massive apple as far as one of those huge apples has been dropped. Time to rock and roll, baby! And now let's go ahead and spin the actual, the plate while, just, you know, trying to keep rubbing this touchscreen, so... However, there are a few stages coming up though that does require you to be able to do a different technique to the actual touchscreen movements. So in this case though, in the Wario stage, in this case touch trading is actually very simple, because it's all about tapping the actual the touchscreen, and that's pretty much about it. But as far as later stages goes, it requires you to be able to use a different technique. So, like for example, as I said before, in excuse me, in Jimmy T stage, you got able to do a lot of rubbing the touchscreen, so yeah, that begs the question for this point. So anyways, boss microgame time, and I think this particular boss microgame is actually known as Rainbow Juice, because all you have to really do is the fact that we have to able to keep rubbing the rainbow while the actual bucket constantly moves. However though, keep an eye on the forms of that particular line, by the way, because if you accidentally manage to able to let the grey thing rises over the line, basically the bucket will tip over, and then if the bucket tips over, you'll lose instantly. So keep that in mind. And there we go, that pretty much concludes Jimmy T stage. Yo, my family knows how to burn up the dance floor. Yeah, good old times, you know. Jimmy busted out with some totally insane dance moves. Wahahaha. Ah, darn, that insect fly just comes back again. Yeah. There he goes again. He's a dance machine. And there's no way we can able to actually get rid of the fly anytime soon, so... oh well. But at the very least he's safer now from that particular pesky fly insect, so... and he joins along with Wario for his dance routine. Yo, you got some sweet scratching skills. Catch you at the club. Well, we'll do Jimmy T at some point, but maybe not now though, because either way though, I'm actually gonna think about it. I think we should probably able to revisit your stage again, so just in case we can able to actually double check on, well, to be more specifically, certain microgames that we are currently missing on. So either way though, and thus with the forms of the 30 points requirement, so let's have a look. I think we're off by 8 microgames around here, so seems quite a lot that we're actually missing on. But hopefully we will able to actually get every single microgames if we can, that is. Because much like the forms of the other games in the series, that if you do somehow manage able to go for the 3rd run-through or the 2nd run-through of the entire stages themselves, basically that is the fact that certain microgames will be randomized. So, you know, think of like Mario Party, but microgames are a lot shorter than the forms of how it does it on minigames from certain Mario Party games and stuff like that, so... but I digress. Yeah, let's talk about the forms of the Wii U itself, that, relatively speaking, entering at some point, I think it was on this coming Friday, that, basically does the fact that the Wii U will eventually become 10 years old during that time. So either way though, well, despite looking back on it though, it's actually alright in my opinion. I mean, sure, it does have some faults, to be more specifically with all that. Ah, darn it, I somehow messed this up on that particular micro game there, but that's okay, because hopefully I'll get an extra life if I somehow manage to succeed on that boss micro game, so... which I will definitely try my best on it though. So anyway, yeah, with that being said though, that despite it does have some issues with it, such as for instance with the forms of the lack of third-party support, and on top of all that stuff though, ah, darn it, I messed that up. Anyway, and also on top of that, usually relatively speaking, for the majority of the Nintendo games on the Wii U wasn't all that bad. Like specifically the biggest highlight for the Wii U when it comes to software department, which is obviously Nintendo Land, just for the sake of the forms of the greatest capabilities what the Wii U gamepad can do, as well as the forms of New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U, despite it's basically it's like a rehash of the previous New Super Mario Bros. Games, but in HD. So I don't mind about it too much though, but to me anyway. And also Super Mario 3D World, and also Super Mario Maker, and Mario Kart 8. Did I mention Mario Kart 8? I don't think I have. But because obviously Mario Kart 8 is without doubt one of the best-selling games in terms of the Wii U, and so far for the Switch as well. So because of this though, gee, no wonder why that particular game combined, where it comes to likely both versions of the game, both either the Wii U and the Switch, basically does the fact that they'll most likely become one of the best-selling Mario Kart games ever, which is pretty amazing, just because obviously the visuals look spectacular on either the Wii U or the Switch, so it doesn't matter what specific versions you'll be getting. So, and there was also, well, Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, obviously, and also, what else is there? Oh yeah, Super Mario Maker, and also Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, the most underrated gem on the Wii U, at least for me anyway, because I love playing Captain Toad levels from the likes of in, you know, Super Mario 3D World and stuff like that, and even especially noticeable with Zelda HD ports from the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD ports, and heck, even with the forms of Yoshi's Woolly World, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and then there are some underrated ones in my opinion, such as for instance Sonic Lost World. I found that game very underrated, certainly a lot better than that very terrible game which is Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, to me anyway. And on top of all that stuff though, is the fact that there are some meh games on the Wii U, at least as far as what I experienced, which there are, let's just say Mario Party 10, it feels a bit, not that great, but at least I found it a little bit fun, at least in my opinion, because I always enjoyed the minigame selection in Mario Party 10, but that's just me. And also there was Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, which is, not that good. It's actually one of the most bare bones Mario sports game ever, which, come to think about it, because of the forms of power fact that there's no tournament mode at all, so either way though, I think I should probably save that conversation for the actual Wii U things itself and join at some point in a later time. But anyway, so let's just go ahead and keep on rubbing the rainbow if we try to fill up the bucket or anything else like that. Oh yeah, every once in a while in level 2, and I think possibly in level 3, basically every once in a while is the fact that he now actually decides to use the actual lid for the sake of distraction. So because of that though, probably still managed to succeed, and thus that we almost nearly at the 30 points mark, so... But at the very least we got the life back, so after losing so much lives from level 2 portions of certain microgames as far as I can tell, but at least that's something I guess. Alright, time to raise. Oh! Don't forget that particular joke right there. Alright, so 28 points we've got so far. So yeah, this is what I mean when it comes to likely, if you try to able to actually play the game on an emulator, at least to me anyway though, it just feels rather awkward. And I still keep on messing things up with that particular stupid micro game like this one right here. But I definitely need to get a bit of practice on that though, but hopefully I will do at some point. But for the most part, I think we're actually doing pretty okay, at least as far as this is concerned. Alright, so let's see if we can find... Oh, there you are. Good thing I found you anyway, so... Alright, let's find a target, Oh, goody. Within just in about a split second to react, so... Nice. Alright, time for... Oh god, we have to spin all of these 3 pots at the same time. Oh, goodness gracious. Quite multitasking, huh? Oh, darn it, I didn't erase my rubber during in time. Oh well, but at the very least we got 34 points, and somehow we've got up to 30 or more points, so... And after that though, we were able to actually get another toy that we can get out of, so... Because I get a strong sense of feeling that Orbulon might not be playable in terms of the forms of microgames, as far as I can usually tell for this point. But anyway, let's check the album, and let's see what microgame we are missing on. Ah, 2 left! Oh well, no big deal. So I think, suffice to say, I think we should probably end things off at this point right here. So join me next time for more Let's Play of WarioWare Touched. That is the fact that we'll move on to the Mona stage. So this will be very exciting. So yeah, I'll see you guys at some point on this first day. Later, fellas.